One of the things that I realized at a young age, I started working on becoming and being a peer educator on violence against women and girls when I was 14 in high school. It was a huge part of my journey because I learned about the experiences of women everywhere, and slowly understanding that I'm also experiencing those experiences, being catcalled, being harassed in the streets, and only later did I realize that I was also a queer person. And that also puts me in some danger than most, which eventually really propelled the work that I do and the activism that I do on gender equality and really ending violence against women and girls and queer people everywhere. We were always talking about like foundational learning, learning to read, learning to count, etc. Of course, we have to do that. We have to know how to do that to be able to engage in the world around us, to learn the language. But that in itself, being educated in learning how to read and write, but also at the same time being educated in how to be a good person, how to be a person, I think that's something that school also teaches you, because not only it doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? Education exists in a society, and if that society does not complement what we're learning in school, then it doesn't make sense. So when you're outside of school, then it's our job, government, ministers, to be able to change that society to complement what we're trying to teach our kids, and what we want our kids to be, which is good people who respect other people, the most basic of things. Nobody was rushing to like get education back up again. It was the teachers who were trying to like check on their students. My mom specifically had to check on her students. We went from house to house to be able to contact these kids and ask them, are you okay? Are your parents okay? Are you able to go back to school? What is happening? Like what do you need right now for you to be able to learn? And we don't have we shouldn't have to have our teachers do that. That's not their job, but they have to because of systems that don't work. Our ministers are not immune from lifelong learning. We know that you're learning, be honest about it, and then ask for help from community leaders, civil society organizations who are already doing the work that you possibly can't. And maybe give them the money to do that. And maybe give them just the resources to be able to, do their work. Make time. I get you're busy, but make time. But also, I know that there's a lot of budget cuts right now, and education is the number one big budget cut that a lot of governments are doing. I think that you need to invest in education more. Education is what covers most of the young people in your area. And that's a lot of young people from early childhood up until university level. You need to invest more in education.